Good evening. Good evening.
Good evening. Good
My
evening.
my name is Amanda.
My name is Michael.
My name is Chuck. We'll be
We
joined later by my wife, Candy. Sorry.
yes, Andy will be in there in a minute. We are Blue Flame Ministry out of Mount Juliet, Tennessee, and our guest, well, their family is Chuck and his wife Candy at Encounter Bible Church in Pennsylvania. And so we are wanting to go live on all the platforms that we have because we need as much help as possible. Doing any kind of ministry work. Sorry, I was trying to get everything fixed up. Trying to do any kind of ministry work, it takes a lot of prayers, a lot of going into your prayer closet and praying to God very specifically about things that what like you're in need of, or what the people are in need of, and stuff. And so, usually we, Kimberly, usually we make a Amazon wish list, and if we do so, I'm gonna have it addressed to up there in Pennsylvania so they can get the packages and all the things that are needed for the people up there. So a little bit about Blue Flame Ministry. We started back probably 4 years ago, just almost 4 years ago, I'd say. But even more so than that, we would occasionally go to like Walmart or whatever, and we would help just random people at the register, and it was really cool. Not only that, we would, and this is not bragging on us, this is just what God has put on our hearts to do for people. We also, if we don't let us go out to eat to Cracker Barrel or something like that, because if we see an elder sitting by themselves, we try to pay for their meal as well. So it's not just with street ministry; it's also with just different people. We love it. We love people, and so when Michael's father died, I said it right at that time. Michael's father had passed three and a half years ago. On the way home from Branson, Missouri, we just like overcame us with starting the ministry. This is back when we had our barbershop in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And so I started putting out posts needing clothes. A lot of it we had to go through because a lot was donated that was very, very nasty and something that I would not give a homeless person or anybody that is in need. And so I started having to make posts being more specific because I did not know that we were going to be flooded the way we were flooded with clothes and shoes and just different items and stuff. And it was a huge blessing. And although, so when you walked in, that was our waiting area. And then that was completely full. Both couches were completely full. The floor was completely full. You could barely walk through. And then we had two rooms that were completely full with clothes. And then we were blessed with some clothes racks. So we went and got them. We put them together and hung up all the clothes and all the things. And so it was a huge blessing.
We also had the hearse.
We did have a hearse, and it was and we kept the back door of the hearse open. And the reason why we had a hearse is not because it's demonic. It was because it went with our theme for the shop. It was called Doing Hair Underground. And so a hearse was just, it was perfect for.
It was literally underground.
It was literally on the ground. So it was perfect for that. But it was also perfect for the mission of getting clothes because after hours, we left the back door open so people could put clothes in that. it was packed to the brim, like completely packed. So we were so blessed, and we are so blessed now. But now, we were out. Um, I'm talking to TikTok because they don't know, but um, we have a ministry bus, and it's beautiful. We had someone come and paint it when we first got it and everything, so it's all graffitied out and everything. We would love to have it wrapped, but that's $10,000 to get that done, so that's out of the question. Only God could do that one. However, we use that for taking it down to different camps and cutting hair and stuff like that. And so, because our bus unfortunately broke down on us, we had to take everything out and put it in our enclosed trailer and use that to take it to Murfreesboro to actually cut hair for profit, because we no longer get all the support that we were getting. We do get some, and because of that, and because of what we do with the haircutting, we're able to somewhat keep it above water, keep our heads above water. But now, God, and I'm saying all that to say, we was out there putting everything together in the enclosed trailer, and it was, God came over me, and it was just like, you're going to start traveling. You're going to start traveling, whether it's doing haircuts, traveling at different churches or different camps in different cities or whatever. I don't know. But I just know that God placed it on our hearts to travel. And it's been like it for over a year now, but even more so in the last couple of months. So that being said, we are, God really put us in Encounter Bible Church, Chuck and Candy, um, together. It's kingdom family, and it's been a huge blessing for all of us. And my husband got to preach this morning online, and it was beautiful. It was great. And thank you for letting him being able to do what God called him to do.
Absolutely.
That means a lot to me. It's me emotional, but it was beautiful. And so, um, this whole thing with going live today is to explain what's fixing to happen. God's really on the move. And one of the things is that we get to go up to Pennsylvania in August to do a car wash. And I'm so excited for that. And we also get to go up in September for the revival. I do believe that August is going to be the start, not September. However, we are feeling the need either in August or in September to be able to, because there's a certain part of town, just like in everybody's town, there's a rough area, and either they're low income, underprivileged, homeless, whatever, hooked on drugs, whatever it is. And that is something that we would love to be able to bless the people there. And so with this going live, I don't have it on here, but on our TikTok, but I do have it on the computer for our.
Well, and it's on Blue Flame Ministries.
And it's on Blue Flame, yeah. And so, anyway, the reason why we're going live is because we need as much help as possible. And I'm talking about monetary wise. We would love it if we could get monthly supporters on the traveling account. I'm not talking about our regular account. I'm talking about just our Blue Flame Ministry traveling account. So we have our Venmo, our Cash App, and our PayPal. Just for that is BFMT Traveling on Cash App, also on PayPal and Venmo. So anyway, and we've done all we can do as far as haircutting. I call it pimping him out. I pimp him out all the time all the older people and stuff that we have that used to come to the shop and everything. And so we're trying as hard as we can to come up with the money that we can. But that's going towards bills because unfortunately you have to pay bills in order to survive and not be homeless. So, do you have anything to say to go with that?
No, the just that the accounts that are on TikTok are not the traveling ones. But if anyone from TikTok wants to donate towards it, they can use those, and in the notes or whatever, however it works, you can put for traveling,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
that'll be where it goes.
I know we shared them. I think Mom's going to share them. I'm going to get as many people as I can, humanly possible, to share them.
Yeah, and the traveling ones, that's just for travel, so that when we're there, we can get what is needed for. It's like I said on your live a little bit ago. It's, can you see the comments on
Right. I need to. Yeah.
there? But it's just for travel, as far as when we're somewhere, if we find someone who's needs a tent or rehab or whatever. I mean, we've got rehab connections everywhere.
Yeah.
So we use the Hope Center, and they're literally located everywhere. So someone decides they want to get off the streets, it would be really nice to have the money set aside in the traveling account so that we could get them set up,
Hello.
and provide whatever needs or food, is out there.
Yeah.
It's going to be a blessing in disguise for a lot of them.
Mm-hmm.
Me personally, I'd like to see the streets cleaned up.
Yeah.
Because there are some people around here doing the same stuff. But yeah, the bigger cities, Harrisburg's one of them. We know Kensington is a hot spot. That was, Kensington's in Philly, Pittsburgh. I mean, any way you look at it, where we're located right now in Lewistown, it's a 3-hour drive, if not 3.5 hour drive, to get to Kensington, to get to Pittsburgh, to get to DC, to get to New York City. There's just a lot around us that if people would give towards this, then this is a full-time ministry.
It is.
100%.
What God's leading us to be right now is a full-time ministry. That's the 4 of us. And, there's going to be more people that want to, that God's going to actually put in our path. And, it's just going to branch out further and further.
Right.
This is going to be something, it's a God movement right now. I mean, talking about it, I literally have chills because to see what God's doing, just like Amanda said, yes, we're very good friends, and it's a kingdom family, but God is the orchestrator of this whole entire type of thing.
Yeah, and once you get a movement going and it starts spreading, it's like a wildfire. It's and one thing that we do different that so many other ministries, and we mentioned it earlier, I think, is we don't go through the government. We don't 501c3. If people donate, there's not going to be any kind of tax exempt thing because we're not going through the government. We can all see how the government has handled the situation. They freed up, was it $55 million here?
Mm-hmm.
And that money is gone. It's gone. And they've cleared out all the camps, but they haven't put people in housing. Where did they go to? They cleared them out. They pushed them or whatever. And now people are just wandering the streets. And that opens up more crime for businesses. It's asinine. The whole governmental system is not working. It's not worked up till now. It's not going to work. The only thing that will work is people coming together in prayer, fasting, and going out to where these people are and reaching them with the gospel and getting them cleaned up.
That's
And
right.
it is possible. And it doesn't take using one drug to take the whatever's away from another.
Yeah.
Yes. And so when and I prayed about the whole asking for monetary help. But the thing is with me, I'm not going to go like there's a lot of preachers that are doing the whole you can do this much for this much da 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 da. No. What I tell people when we are asking for help through the ministry is you give with your heart. You give whatever you feel led to give, and just know and trust that that goes towards the traveling expenses, or even if it's not this is just our traveling. But if we do it through just the regular Blue Flame ministry, know that it's going to the people.
Yeah.
It's going to the people. But like I was saying, it takes a lot of money to run the ministry, especially with us having the bus and the trailer and stuff. It's gas, it's insurance on all the vehicles, and you got to have on the bus. You got to have, I think it's $1 million policy on it. Not that it's a business, but because of what we do, you got to have that.
It's anything it's tied to the ministry itself.
Yeah,
it's expensive regardless. So my white truck is tied to Encounter Bible Church.
Yeah,
it's costly. Any way you look at anything to run a ministry, like you said, yes, it is very expensive.
Yeah,
but ultimately, it's God's will and it's His bill.
Yeah,
but we need help. Yes, we absolutely need help. That's for any ministry.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
So don't get that. Don't. Hopefully, people don't get that mixed up into their head. Where so it.
Hi. Good evening.
We're giving for what reason again? It's going to a ministry, and like you guys and like us, we're a wide open book. If you want to know where your money's going, we'll show you.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
What's wrong with that?
And I think it's important for people to know that it's not us begging for money for ourselves.
Right.
It's for the people. Usually what God laid on my heart to do is to feed people. And so that takes a lot of money. I do know that when we was doing, when we were feeding Tent City out of Nashville, it was $600 a week, if not more. And why it was so expensive is because I cooked for about 200, 250 people, but I did a 3-course meal every week. They get their entree, they get a salad or something, and then any kind of sides, all the sides. And then they get desserts as well. I used to make 5 to 6, sometimes more than that, cakes with the whole food. And it didn't just stop there. We got, if we were having taco salad, they got all the things, onions. They got all the things. It was amazing. And I call it the kitchen sink taco salad. But anyway, and all the sauces you can think of that either Walmart or Kroger has, they got it. They did.
Well, and if you think about how much just a case of water is, and we always would have Gatorade, especially in the summertime.
Mm-hmm.
In the wintertime, we always had coffee for them, and
chocolate.
The hot chocolate, and just stuff to keep them warm, So it was extremely expensive, and people don't understand when you're providing meals for just one person, it's costly. But when you're providing it for 200, 250 people that are in one camp, that it gets crazy. And the drinks, the desserts, the plates, the forks, the spoons, the little packages that you got to hand out. And
we use the to-go plates.
Yeah, we do everything as sanitary as possible, but even with that, the government has made it to where you have to basically own a restaurant, prepackaged food, and then take it out. So they're getting cold meals. The way we had it, we tucked it all in a special container that keeps it hot, it would be
Hot,
It would be
hopping hot.
cooking hot. Like it took 25, 30 minutes to get from here to the camp, and sometimes longer than that, depending on traffic.
Mm,
And you pull those pans out, they were steaming. I mean, they got a hot meal.
yeah, we have a food warmer.
It wasn't second class. It was first. It was the same food that she would make in a restaurant if she had a restaurant. You know, I mean, it was crazy.
I'm going to say something that's not going to be very popular with what I'm going to say, but I'm just going to say it anyways. What we're doing God's work, right?
Yeah.
And people don't want to give to us because we're doing real work, real kingdom work for God. So they would much rather give to somebody that doesn't need it whenever you actually have people that are struggling and just trusting in God. But yeah, the greed that's out there that's tied with money, with people, is sickening and disgusting.
Yeah.
But it's okay to continue giving to those people and making them rich.
Yeah.
Mm.
I don't get it.
Yeah.
Well, and I keep seeing, and it's not any one person or whatever. It's
No.
just, you know, it's the it's the ads you see when you're scrolling.
Mhm.
I see so many ministries that are paying for ads to continue their ad to get more people for these conferences and all these things, and you got to pay a ton of money for that to go and sit and listen to someone, basically a motivational speaker with a Christian twist to it, musicians, I mean, you name it. And you know, I mentioned earlier a lot of the ministries that are government funded, they're getting the benefits of the 501c3, but they're also doing things out the back door.
Yep.
You know, the dealers and the trafficking, the whole thing. And you know, you see them getting everything, all their needs supplied by the government.
Yeah.
Plus everything they purchase, if they purchase anything, is tax exempt, you know, and a lot of times they're getting paid to do it. They get so much money off of each head, each person. You know, it just doesn't make sense. And we're not willing to compromise with that and get into the
four of us will never sell out.
No, I'm not asking permission.
We already sold out. We sold out once. And we sold out to him, to God. Yeah. That's it.
To him and him only.
Yeah, so that's what it is. And it's you know, you see the places like the Salvation thing, and then
Salvation Army.
Yeah, and I'm not sure what I'm allowed to say or not. I really don't care. But
Salvation
Army, they make so much money.
Oh yeah.
That's where most of the 55 whatever $1 million went to. And next thing you know, those fools are driving around in brand new vehicles.
Yep.
Big old fancy box trucks.
Big old vans.
The CEO of Salvation Army makes $250,000 plus a year in salary. If they don't have people volunteering to ding the bell, then they pay them $15, $20 an hour to stand out there and ring it.
Yeah.
And it's not paying homeless people.
No.
It's paying friends and family of Salvation Army anyway. It's, I mean, the whole thing is a scam. It's a
veterans.
Eh?
Say it again.
It says Salvation Army was originally supposed to be intended for the veterans,
Yeah.
and now it's community. And they're
That-
robbing the people, and it's sickening. It's disgusting, and it's dirty.
It is.
Mhm.
You know, and the one thing that they're supposed to be so good at is getting people's paperwork organized. Birth certificates, driver's license, all of that. They drag their feet. Literally, there was people out there that had been working with them for years to get their information so that they could get housing. years. It doesn't take that long.
No.
And I think that the intent was that during that time, I got a censor for TikTok, but I think they were hoping that they would unalive somehow, you
Yeah.
know, and then they wouldn't have to screw around with them. Find someone at the camp that is deceased, and they don't notify family. They don't even try to find family. They hold the body, they freeze it, whatever
I
they
had
do
to
with
find
it.
it. I had to find the
Yeah,
family.
for a certain amount of time, whatever's legal, and then they incinerate it or put it in a pauper's cemetery or whatever they call them. They don't care. There is so many carcasses. I'm not sure if that's a good word to use on it. But anyway, there's so many bodies in the Cumberland River. If they ever drained it, and we've been told that it was just about a daily occurrence to see one floating by, and not just grown adults.
Wow.
So we were told that if they ever drained that, they would be absolutely shocked. And if they did, they would find a lot of people that they've been looking for years and years.
Yeah.
It's something that's been going on.
Yeah, and the bad thing is we have what is it? The caverns and stuff, the quarries and
Yeah.
whatnot that have like underwater caves and whatnot.
There's literally a place. Brant Road, I'll take you guys to it. I know for a fact there's dead bodies in there.
Mm,
Yeah.
It's gross.
yeah. Well, there was down at Tent City. There was a dump site. There was a place set up for sacrificing,
Mm.
and it wasn't just animals. And when they got done with that, the remains went back into this little section. Everybody knows about it. Anybody that has gone down there for just a little while knows about that.
Yeah.
At any time, you can walk down in that space and find what you're looking for.
That's nasty.
And people cops down there all the time, but nothing ever gets done about it. And the only thing that did get done is they bulldozed it. And so now all these people are just walking the streets.
Mhm.
There has to be help out there.
And you want to talk about spiritual warfare? Oh my gosh! We had to come home and try to take a nap before church, and then leave and go to church, and then come back home, and it was a complete zone.
Oh.
Like it was
like as if you went and worked a physical job in a warehouse for 12, 14 hours.
Yeah.
Just spending 2 hours, 2.5 hours, whatever, 3, whatever was required. Because we didn't just feed. We would feed, put the stuff away, and then usually we would trek down into the camp, and the on-call thing. It was all hours of the day and night that people would contact us. I don't know how many times we made trips from here to Nashville to the camp, here to Hermitage, Tennessee, to that camp when it was on fire.
mhm.
And they had the fire put out by the time we got there, but people shouldn't have been there.
No.
It was smoldering.
Wow.
But we were walking through the camp, with you could still see the embers and stuff, and people still hunkered down in their tents and stuff. It just
For people, for even the communities, just to be okay with what's going on the streets, shame on them.
mm-hmm.
There's a part I know in Kensington. I know that there's a part close to it. It's the $1 million homes.
Yeah.
But they drive right by them like they're garbage.
Mm-hmm.
They're human beings too. What happens if that's one of your kids?
Exactly.
They just leave them be.
Yep.
That's somebody's mother, father, brother, aunt, uncle, you name it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a sad situation. It's like we talked about earlier. You can't force anybody to do anything, but I guarantee that building relationships and showing love to those people will change them quicker than just about anything. You get into their world, you get onto their level. We've been on our hands and knees on our bellies doing belly crawls through the dirt, not knowing what we're crawling through.
Yeah.
Just to get to someone who's back in the woods crying and sobbing and they don't know what's going on because they're tripping on whatever. Yeah, it's a sad situation, and like you said, these are people. They're flesh and blood. They're human beings.
Yeah.
And after hearing the stories of a bunch of them, they've been treated less than human, so that's how they act.
Yeah.
You know,
more churches need to step up and help. They literally do. I'm just gonna say it.
yeah,
They
it is the
need
church's
to help.
it is the church's responsibility. It's not the government's responsibility. And it's, you got all these millions of dollars pouring into these facilities. I mean, just look at Joel Osteen's church. That's a ridiculous amount. And dude wouldn't even open the doors during a flood because he was afraid that $60,000 was found in a wall in the bathroom.
What?
Yeah, $60,000 was found when they had to do some renovations in the bathroom, cashed and
I thought it was
stuffed in the wall.
300,000.
I don't remember. It was a lot. You can Google it.
That's crazy.
There was a ton of money found just in the wall that was being hidden, and it's like,
How many other places are hiding money?
That's the question.
no telling. And and it's been going on since forever. The hoarding of money in Jesus' name. I mean, I've heard of churches, small churches, but they're not satisfied unless they have $30,000-$40,000 sitting in the bank just in case. Where's the faith? You're preaching to have faith in God to supply all your needs according to his riches and glory by Christ Jesus. But you've got to have $40 million or $40,000 stuffed in the bank somewhere just in case. Just in case what?
Come on.
You truly don't believe that God can take care of your needs?
A lot of people don't.
Well, obviously not.
It goes. I think you and I have talked. Well, the four of us have talked about this. It all goes back to people also charging.
Yeah,
Yeah.
charging for what Jesus did for free
Yeah,
with no strings attached.
none.
And he traveled by foot.
Yeah, he didn't have no fancy vehicle. He didn't have a camper. He didn't have this. He didn't have that.
No.
He had his sandals. So I don't want to hear this. Well, I need this and that. No. Take that money and give it to somebody that needs it.
Yeah. And it's not just the Christian world, it's just humanity. It's just humanity. It's so mean. It's just like the Camp and Hermitage. Those people were telling us that if they were walking on the streets, a lot of times people from the community would drive by and shoot them with the airsoft whatevers.
Yeah.
I don't know nothing about it, but they said they hurt, and they just peg them over and over, just rounds of whatever this pellets or whatever.
That's gross.
It's horrible. That's not Christian people. That's worldly people. You sort of expect that behavior out of the worldly people.
Yeah.
And Christians may not be driving by and doing that, but they're not doing anything.
No.
And that's, to me, is the same as doing that.
Yeah, I don't understand any of it. It's not for us to understand, but we can call out stupidity. That's not a problem. It wasn't laid on us to expose people, but we will call stupidity out in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
So if you're a particular church and you know that you're doing something wrong, well, then you're acting in stupidity.
Mm-hmm.
People want to say, oh, it's acting in rebellion. No, it's just stupidity is all that it is.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's stupidity and greed. I mean, it's these are supposed to be non-profit
Yes.
organizations, not for, taking care of the workers in the field. You know what I mean? But taking care of somebody, that doesn't mean that they cruise around in a brand new car, or that all their bills are paid plus they get a check. You know what I'm saying? And I know from way back in the day, there was preachers that we had from a long time ago. They had housing, they had all the bills at the house paid, they got gas in their cars. If their car was broke down, they got it fixed on the church, and they got a paycheck.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's just one of those things that's like, it is a non-profit organization.
Right.
That means you don't need to have millions of dollars set aside in a bank account just in case. If you get a paycheck, you don't need to have all your bills paid. You can pay it out of your paycheck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, that's common sense. And if a church, insists on that being the situation, then that's cool. What would be the problem with taking a portion of that check and putting it into a ministry, or feeding the homeless, or paying someone's rent for the month, or just something?
Yep.
Instead it's tucked away in a bank account somewhere for their cushion.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's senseless.
Yeah.
It really is. And we're the four of us again, and I'll keep saying this until I'm whatever. The four of us were put together for a reason. And are the four of us struggling? I'm not gonna lie, yeah, we are.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what it looks like to be real.
Mhm.
That's what it looks like to be looked down upon because a big church is, putting their noses down towards us.
Right.
Okay, cool. I'm cool with that. Whatever. If you don't want to help, all right. Well, just watch and see what God's getting ready to do.
Yeah. Our needs will be provided and supplied. That was written by Paul while he was in a Roman prison.
Mhm.
So certainly he wasn't sitting in the lap of luxury. He was struggling, just like we are, just like a lot of people are online, on TikTok, whatever, that are struggling. But you know what? You stay faithful, then it's unbelievable, really unbelievable how provision is made. And you look back and it's like, how in the world were we able to pay all of our bills last month?
Yep.
And it was the same when we had people supporting. We spent way more on the homeless community than we were supported. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And what was allotted towards bills, we dipped into that all the time, but it was always taken care of.
Mm-hmm.
So there is no doubt in our minds that this is for a reason. We've been halted for a minute as far as being able to go out. We still go out, and it's as often as we can. We talked about the one guy that we were able to help just with a drink and a candy bar, just to say, get some energy in him.
Yeah.
And that's what he picked. Didn't ask for anything else. He didn't ask for nothing. He literally just bought a drink, 2 drinks, one for his friend, one for him, and a candy bar for each one, just to give him a boost of energy. But it always gets taken care of, and there's a reason for the lull right now.
Yeah.
And I have no doubt that what's around the corner is going to be tenfold better than what it's been. And we've been able to reach a lot of people. And that's not bragging on us. We've been able to take really a little compared to what other people, just their regular living expenses. We've been able to take that and disperse it to a lot of different people.
And we do need to, or we do want to say thank you to everyone that has supported us financially and continues to support us financially, and for the prayers that intercede on our behalf. And It's just a beautiful thing. And we're so incredibly grateful for that, to be able to go out and reach the people, God's people.
And anybody that is a part of either ministry, financial, prayer, encouraging words, just whatever. To me, they're sowing into eternal goods. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Yep.
It's not like you're dropping a $5 bill for Blue Flame Ministry or Encounter Bible Church and you're going to see a big return. But wait till you get to heaven.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wait till you get to heaven. And I truly believe that.
Mhm.
Not everybody can do what we can do.
right.
Not everybody can go to the streets, and not everybody's willing to. But if a person is willing to sow into someone who is, they reap the benefits of that soul or those souls that are reached.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's just a shame. More people need to open their eyes. Literally.
No,
Open.
more people need to have a heart.
Yeah. They
Oh,
need
yeah.
a heart, but they need to open up their eyes too
Yeah.
and pay attention to what's going on in the world.
Mhm.
So, with all that being said, please share this out as much as possible, all over the place, as much as you can. And just know that we love you and we thank each and every one of you. We love you, my Miss Candy. And we can see. All right. I love you. Pray for us. We'll pray for you. Pray for everybody. If y'all have any prayer requests, please put them in the comment below in the little space, or you can always message all of us. Either way, we love you guys, and we will talk to you later. Bye.
Deuces.